Okay, so get ready for a deep dive today that takes the whole comic book craziness thing, and throws in some serious family drama on top of it.
Oh, this is going to be good.
We're talking Hulk, right? But this isn't your typical smash 'em up kind of story. This one gets, well, kind of personal. Because it's Hulk versus his son.
Now, that's a twist you don't see every day.
Exactly, and it brings up all this stuff about family legacies, like what gets passed down, plus you've got the whole identity thing going on. How do you even start to figure yourself out when your dad is, well, Hulk?
And that's what's so clever about this story, right? It uses that classic superhero smackdown, but it's really digging into these deeper themes. Like, we're not just talking about raw power here. This is about how family history, even if you're a Hulk, can really mess you up.
Oh, totally. And the way it starts is just like, bam! We dropped right into the action. Hulk is tearing through, I think it was Shakesville, Ohio?
Shakesville sounds familiar.
Yeah, anyway, point is, Hulk is on a rampage. But the thing is, it's who he's fighting that gets you interested right off the bat. They call him Skaar. And he's not just some random bad guy, This is personal. This is vendetta time.
Yeah, and I mean, where they decided to have this little brawl makes a big difference too.
What do you mean?
Think about it. They're duking it out right next to a nuclear power plant. Talk about setting the mood. I mean, right away, things could go really sideways. It's not just about them anymore,
Oh, for sure.
Makes you wonder, what's the cost of losing your temper when you've got that kind of power behind it?
That's a good question. And as the story goes on, right, you start to realize that Skaar isn't just there for a rematch or whatever. He's got some serious issues with his dad. Turns out, yeah, Skaar is Hulk's kid, and man, has he got a bone to pick with dear old dad.
I bet.
It's like, we usually only see the hero side of Hulk, right? But Skaar, he's there to remind everyone about all the stuff Hulk probably wishes people would forget.
Yeah.
There's a lot of destruction in Hulk's past, and he wasn't exactly father of the year, let's just say.
Right.
And then there's Skaar's mom, Queen Kyra. She's dead, and from what Skaar's saying, it sounds like Hulk was, well, let's just say it paints him in a whole new light.
See, that's what makes it so interesting. You take Hulk, this iconic hero, and suddenly you're forced to look at the other side of the coin. He's got baggage too, just like everyone else. In a way, it makes him kind of tragic,
Yeah, totally. And then there's Korg. Remember him?
Korg, yeah.
Yeah, Hulk's old buddy. Big dude made of rocks. They go way back, to their gladiator days.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, Korg tries to step in, be the voice of reason, maybe get these two to, talk it out or something. But Hulk's so angry, he doesn't even recognize Korg at first.
Really?
I know, right? I mean, talk about blocking things out. It's like that past is so messed up, he's built walls around it in his head.
It makes you wonder what's going on in there, I mean, to shut out everything like that.
Yeah, it's like he's trying to keep all that bad stuff locked away, but Skaar, he's not letting it go that easily. And it's not just the words, It's like every taunt, every accusation, it chips away at Hulk's anger. You start to see these flashes of his past, these memories he's buried so deep. Even his lost love, Kyra, she comes up.
Yeah, it's almost like Skaar's trying to reach him, to break through that rage and get his dad to really see him.
And for a minute there, you actually believe it might happen. Like maybe, just maybe, they can find some common ground. Then bam, Skaar stabs him.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know, right? It comes out of nowhere, and it's brutal. So much for that whole father-son bonding moment.
It's like that saying, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
But seriously, you have to wonder what Skaar's hoping to achieve here. This isn't just about hurting Hulk physically, it's deeper than that, isn't it?
Totally. And it makes you think about that cycle of violence, how much of Skaar's anger is really his own, and how much is just him repeating the patterns he's seen his whole life.
That's the tragedy of it all, right? He's so desperate for his father's approval, for some kind of acknowledgement, that he's willing to lash out in the most extreme way. But in doing so, he just ends up perpetuating that same cycle of pain and destruction.
It's heartbreaking, really. And as if things weren't bad enough already, remember that whole nuclear power plant thing?
Oh yeah, that can't be good.
Yeah, well, all that fighting starts to have some serious consequences. I mean, there are these super-powered beings, right? So all that smashing and crashing, it takes its toll on the plant. It starts to fall apart.
And suddenly the stakes are way higher than just a family feud. You've got innocent lives on the line now.
Exactly. But then, get this. Right when it seems like all hope is lost, the plant's about to melt down, who steps up?
Let me guess. Not Hulk.
Nope, it's Skaar.
No way. Seriously.
Yeah. He uses his powers to hold the whole thing together, basically saves everyone.
Wow. I did not see that coming.
Me neither. Even Eloy. And I'm guessing they're like some kind of big deal in this world. Even they're shocked.
That's saying something. So what's the deal? Skaar suddenly decides to play the hero. Where did that come from?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, one minute he's stabbing his dad, the next he's saving a bunch of strangers. It's like, is he really this vengeful monster, or is there something more going on beneath the surface?
Right. It's like he's this walking contradiction, capable of such brutality, but also apparently of incredible selflessness. Talk about a complex character. It really makes you question everything you thought you knew about him, you know?
It's like you think he's going one way, then boom, totally takes you by surprise.
He really keeps you guessing, that's for sure.
And just when you're starting to think, okay, maybe there's hope for him, maybe he's not all bad, he goes and stabs Hulk again. Like, what?
He did not.
Oh, he did. And this time, it's not just a random angry outburst, you know? It's calculated, like he's got a plan.
And that plan would be?
Well, he basically says, this planet's mine now. Talk about a power move, right?
Wow. Okay, so much for my whole redemption arc theory. So, what now? Is this it? Skaar the Terrible takes over.
Well, that seems to be the way it's going, but you have to wonder, is it really that simple? Is he really just this power-hungry villain? Or is there something more to it?
It's like that thing about nature versus nurture, right? I mean, look at his role model.
True, true. But that's what makes this whole thing so fascinating, right? I mean, we're talking about Hulk, but it's really about all those things everyone deals with, you know? Like, who am I? Where do I fit in? Especially when your family's, well, a little complicated.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think it also makes you question, what does it even mean to be a hero? Can you still be the good guy, even if you've done some pretty messed up stuff in the past?
Man, that's a tough one. But I think that's something we all have to grapple with, you know? No one's perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. It's about what you do next, right? How you choose to move forward.
Exactly. And sometimes those choices, they're not easy. There's no clear-cut right or wrong answer. It's messy. It's complicated. Just like life, I guess.
Well said. Well, folks, there you have it. Hulk versus Skaar. More than just your average superhero brawl.
For sure. This one had layers.
He made us think, made us feel. Hey, isn't that what a good story's supposed to do?
Absolutely.